This conference will now be recorded.
In previous session, we have seen different type of nodes provided by Salesforce for the Einstein Analytics, like SFDC Digest, HMAT, Append, Augment, Compute Expressions, many more like this. So now let's do one hands-on. Let's create a data flow from the scratch. Let's discuss about the scenario, what we're going to do. So creating a data flow from scratch. So we'll see what kind of scenario we are going to do, and for this what kind of analysis we need to do, then how we are going to create a data flow based on the requirement. Okay, so it is going to be really interesting. So you can do parallelly with this course, with this session, and you can see how finally we are going to use all different kind of nodes. So what we want to do, we are going to build a data flow. Let me make it a little bit size increase so that you can read the message completely. Okay, let's create a data flow to extract all opportunities with the few fields. Okay, like I want, okay, I will take a opportunity ID and a opportunity name, let's opportunity owner and a opportunity associated to account, the account name, and in opportunity we have a type field. Okay, so I want to see the type, maybe a new business or something else. So if type is a new business, then I want, let me keep it in another line. If type is new business, then I want to show as a yes, or I want to show as no. Okay, it's a derived data I want from the type field. Okay, same way, let's take the opportunity stage and what is the opportunity amount. These are different fields from the opportunity. And I want to put a filter condition on this. So what kind of filter I want? I want a filter condition like I want to consider only the opportunity which are not close lost, which are not close lost. Whatever the opportunity we have, we'll take that. And I want the amount of opportunity should be greater than 0. So this is my filter condition. These are my fields, and I want all this. And with this, I want to see the account information also. The opportunity, okay, the opportunity owned by which user, and opportunity account information. So taking all these three scenarios, we are going to build. Let me show you what kind of data set I'm going to build you. Let me show you, and then I will build that from the scratch to show you how it's happening. Okay. So if I go to Einstein Analytics Studio and I go to all items, then you can see from data set, I have created an opportunity here, one data set here. Let me go from here and edit it. Let's show you what kind of opportunity I'm going to create. So some kind of opportunity this is we have, and I'm going to do something on this. If I go to my analytics, I can go to my data managers. From data manager, if you see, I have one opportunity data flow with open opportunity. Now this, let me open this one. Okay, so I want to do something like this. Okay, with different filter conditions, how it's going to happen. Okay, so how I'm going to build this to finally to get my dashboard or to get my data set, and based on data set what we can do, that we'll discuss in the upcoming sessions. Okay, so now to do that, if you see in my monitor, when I run these opportunities, you can see each node gave some number of records. Then I took from account, I took from opportunity, I took from user, I added a filter, then added a compute expressions, then added augments, then finally how many number of records we have received from here. So this kind of things we are going to do. Let's see how it is going to work for us and what are the things we are going to get on this. If you see what are successful files we have, everywhere you can see the number of records what we have received. So let's see how I am going to build it. So now to the scenario what we have explained here, let's first consider to build this. First, what are the objects? So when I'm going to build one data flow, how will I analyze what objects I need to take, what field I need to take, what kind of nodes I want to take. So now first you remember for this scenario what I want. First let's determine what are the objects I'm going to use. First question. So on this scenario, what I need, as I'm saying, I want to build data flow on opportunity object. So my first object going to be opportunity object. Okay, next what happening? So I said from opportunity also I want who are owned. Okay, own opportunity or nothing but a user. So I need some data from user object, and also I want to see from opportunity the account informations. So okay, that means I want to get some account object. Okay, so these many things I want. I want opportunity, I want user and account. Then I have kept some kind of filter. So what kind of filter I need to be here? The filter I said to be work on opportunity object where opportunities are not closed, lost, and amount greater than 0. So I want to write a filter on my opportunity object, okay, where filter condition going to be amount should be greater than 0, and I want uh, the opportunity should not be closed, lost. This is my filter conditions. Okay. And from these objects, the three objects what we have, then what are the fields also we need? So for every object, what are the field I need? That also you have to list out. Okay, that fields. And from a user also we need some field. And this is the first two criteria we got. So now we understood my main object is going to be opportunity. Then from opportunity, I can add a filter where amount greater than 0 and it should not be closed lost. Okay. Then we'll define what are the fields I'm going to take from opportunity object or user object or account object, and then we'll see how I'm going to build it. Okay. And also one more thing I kept, if type is new business, then I need a column to define it yes or no. Okay. Nothing but I can say, if you remember, there is something called compute expressions, some kind of node. Create a new field based on the value from other field. Like if my type is new business, I want value to be yes, otherwise it to be no. So that kind of node also I'm going to use. So we can map based on requirement which node is going to help us. So it's nothing but I need something called computed fields where new business type opportunity, for that I want to set yes, else I want to set no. Then how I'm going to build it up. Okay. So how I'm going to put filter, all these things I'm going to do it. So now to do that, what I do, if you go to Analytics Studio, okay, now I'm in data set. Okay, if you go to data manager, so let me navigate from starting. I'm in the setup now. So we analyze what kind of things we are going to take. So now from this app launcher, let's open the Analytics Studio. Okay, from Analytics Studio, I'm going to my data manager. Okay, in data manager, I'm going to data flow and recipe. I'm going to create a new data flow. So I click on create data flow. So what is the data flow name I want to give? Okay, I'm going to give my first open opportunity. You can give any name as like, then I click on create. So now let me make the notes for the flow we are going to do. So from data manager, go to data flow and recipe. Then go to data flow and recipe. From data flow and recipe, there is a button called create data flow. Click that. Okay. Once you click that, then you provide your data flow name. So what is your data flow name you want to give? Okay. So now I gave data flow name as first open opportunity. That's absolutely sounds good. Let's click on create. I create my data flow. Okay. Let's data flow name we have given as first open opportunity. Now what going to happen? So now what I want to do. So now we have many nodes. See, I have dataset builder, which I have shown you in the previous session using dataset builder, how I have taken a dataset created. So same, let's see the other nodes what we have, how I'm going to create it. So based on this scenario, I said I want to get data from three different objects: opportunity, user, and account. And from that objects, I will take some field. So what are the fields I will take and which object I'm pointing? Let's take that first. And if you remember in the previous session, I said whenever you want to access the data from the object of a local Salesforce org, I will use SFDC digest. Okay, so now the scenario of what I have given you, I'm taking from opportunity user account, which is nothing but the data stays in my local Salesforce org. So that means I need my SFDC digest node. Okay, let's click on this. It will open up the digest. So I just give the name as SFDC digest. Okay, let's underscore. Let's I'll give the name as my opportunity. You can give any name as you like. So now when you are going to use this node, each node have different kind of attribute to pass. So now when you SFDC digest node, it's nothing but getting data from the Salesforce object. When I say it's getting data from Salesforce object, let me explain you here. So as I said in previous session, the data should be stays in my Einstein Analytics platform. So I want to get data from the Salesforce object. So now just consider this is my Salesforce org where I have my opportunity object. Now from opportunity object, I want to take data to my Einstein Analytics platform. Consider this is my Einstein Analytics platform. Okay. So now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to build something like one SFDC digest node. So this node, what is going to do? It is going to get data from my opportunity object. So now, whenever I use my SFDC digest node, I'll specify from which object I want to get data. And in this object, I may have many field or many columns. So what are the field I want? So simply, I'll link to what is the source object, from which source I want to get data, source object, and from that object, what are the fields I want. So that I have to specify. So I'll specify my node name, then I give what is the object name and what are the fields I want. So if you see here on the data manager, now I specify my node name as this. If you see there is two tab here, attribute and output field. Right now I didn't select the object and nothing coming here, which fields I want. Once I have selected my object name and field names, then I'll get it. Okay, so I gave my node name. So what is your source object? From which object you want to get data? So like as I said, this one. So which object you want to get data? I want to get data from opportunity object. Simply I select here, select source object. So now you see all the object name come, you can filter out here. Simply I'm typing opportunity, I got it opportunity here. I select I want to get data from opportunity. Okay. So now from this object, which fields you want? Okay. Let's consider, you can see the field section here. You just click here to select field. What field you want? Okay, I want my opportunity ID. Simply I type ID. You can see my opportunity ID here. I want to get opportunity name. See, this is my name field. I want to get my account name also, or account ID. What are the things you have, you can take here. Okay, I want to get my opportunity owner ID. See, I select the owner ID. I want to get the opportunity type. Simply I select opportunity type here. And also I want to select amount. Just type here amount. And I want to get, let's consider stage, opportunity stage time. You can see now output field. I select amount, account ID, opportunity ID, name, owner ID, stage name, and type. So what are the fields you want for that object? You can select. If you want any other fields, that also you can select. And which field you have selected, it will come here. If you want to edit or remove it, you can remove it from here. Or if you want to edit, you can edit also. Like if you want to change the text type or anything, you can do it here also. Okay. So now we select these fields. Okay. Now let's see. I don't want to put any filter condition on this node level directly. I'll put as a filter node, and I'll show you how I'm using the filter node. Now let's click on create. Now if you see, there is one SFDC digest node we created which linked to my opportunity object, and from that what are the fields need we have selected. Okay. Now same way I need to have one more row, one more node where I'll connect to my user. So let's give the name as SFDC digest, and here I'm just giving name as my user. Okay, this is my user. So from what is the source object? My source object, I want to get data from the user object. You can see here user object. Simply I'm just typing here user. Now I got the user object. From the user object, what data you want? So now to understand it, let me show you. In opportunity, I have owner, and same way I have one more user object. So between opportunity and user, if in the opportunity object, you will get owner ID, the user ID. And to get more information about user, like full name or user's manager or user's locality, I have to go to my user object. So now to the linkage between these two is nothing but, can I say opportunity owner ID, and in the user object it's nothing but a user ID. That's the mapping. So now if I want to get user information, I will take my user ID, and what are the field I want from user object, that I will select. If I go to my node now, this is my user. Let's I want to take from user object, I want to get my user ID, which will help us to do mapping user ID. And let's consider I want to take the name. So I am taking the name. Let's I want to see what other fields we can take. What are the fields you want, you can take that. Let's I will take the email ID and phone. See, email ID, and I want to take the phone number. What field you want for your report purpose, all the fields you can take it out. Okay. I'm just taking few fields. If you want to take manager information, that also you can take. Let's I want to take the mobile phone. This many columns I have selected. If you go to output field, I took from the user object, user ID, email, mobile phone, and name. Now I click on create. So I create another digest node which connect to my user object with selected fields. Same way, I can create one more node to get my account information. As I said, my analytics, what I'm going to do, it's pointing to opportunity, pointing to user, and pointing to account. So now when I say I'm pointing to account, what I want. So now let's see, I get the name as SFDC digest my account. If you see, it's nothing but my account. What is my source object? My source object going to be account. Simply I type here. So from account, what are the fields I want? Let's I want only account name, account ID, and account type. So nothing but to understand my opportunity associated to account. So if you see between opportunity, there is a relationship opportunity to account. If this is the account object, now in opportunity as a account, I'll get account ID. To get more detail about that account, I have to come to account object. With passing that ID, I can get my account name, account type, or account industry, or account rating. What are the fields I want, or account website. So once you select this account, what field I want? I want account ID. Select. I'm just going to select the account ID here. Let's consider I want to select the account name here, and I want to select, let's see, account rating and account to industry. Okay, these are the fields I'm just taking out. If you see the output field now, from account I took ID, account I took industry, from account I took name, from account I took rating. So these are the three different SFDC digest node I have created, which pointing to my opportunity, pointing to my user, pointing to my account. Now what next we are going to do? Okay, so once we build the SFDC digest node, then what is the next? That's the thing. So now, as I said, from opportunity, what we need, I want to filter only the opportunity which are not closed lost and amount is greater than 0. So based on the filter condition, see now if I run it, let me show you if from the last output. Let me go data manager to show it from the monitor. Okay, if you see here the same which I am going to build from the account, from the opportunity, I'm going to get 706 opportunity records. But when I filter based on my condition, out of 706, I got only 583. So this filter I want to filter the opportunity with the amount was greater than 0 and which are not closed lost. So how we're going to do it here? If I'm here, now from this opportunity, I want to put a filter. So for filter, if you see, there is one node given, nothing but filtered node. I want to use this filter node. Simply I click filter node. So what I want to filter? So that I have to define here. Let's see. I'll define the node name as filter my opportunity. Okay. Now for this filter, what I'm going to filter? I'm going to filter my opportunity. That opportunity nothing but source. I want to get the source. Now for the source, I have already created this node, first node for opportunity. Nothing but this my opportunity node what we have. To that node I'll filter. If this all opportunity record what I'm getting around 1000 records, then I'll filter with my conditions. Then I will filter out like what I have shown you here. If you see, I got my opportunity record around 700 records here, but once I filter it, the record count came to 583. So that kind of filter I'm going to add here. So what is the source? My source now from the my opportunity, from the SFDC digest node, what opportunity record I have received from Salesforce to this platform. Let's filter on top of that. So I select this. So for filtering, I can use SQL filter or normal filter. I will write a SQL. Okay, SQL filter I'll write and I'll do it. If you want to learn more about SQL, what kind of SQL you can use, you can refer my SQL tutorial completely. But for this example, I'll explain what I'm writing here. Okay, so I want to filter the condition as amount greater than 0 and opportunity not closed lost. So how I'm going to do here? So simply I can write as a normal English you write. So amount greater than 0. That's my first condition. And my stage name opportunity not closed lost. How we understand? I have a stage name in opportunity as pick list. There I can see if my stage name is not closed lost. Okay, so now this is my filter I kept. You will see my all the output field, same output field what I have on the SWC digest node. Everything I'm taking, but I'm filtering with this condition. I click on clear. If you see, automatically there is a linkage built between my SFDC digest node, my opportunity, to my filter, my opportunity filter. So when you run these two only, for example, so I'll get around 800 opportunity here, and then based on filter condition, I may get finally 500 records. This is one thing. So this is nothing but my filter what I have created. Okay, if you see what I have did, same thing. If you see here, let me edit and show you the previous one what we have did before. I don't not to do this. Let me go to my previous one. Let's go to my data manager, and from there let's see the previous one how we have that one. This is my open opportunity. Okay, see, with this digest opportunity I have a filter. Okay, then what I say, up to this much thing we build till now. So now what we say? Now we say I have to see there is a opportunity have a type field. Let me show you one opportunity for your understanding. If I go to here, I'll just type my opportunity. Okay, so if you go to the opportunity, if I open any I have so many opportunities right now in my system. I'll open up any opportunity now and I'll show you what is going to happen. Now this. Okay, now see this is an opportunity. If you go to this opportunity, if you go to detail, there is a field called type. Here type is new business. I want to compute this field. If type is new business, there is a one new column I want to build on my data set. So if it's new business, I'll show as yes, otherwise I'll show as no. So how I'm going to do it? So that means on my, let me open it up. Okay, the opportunity what I filtered, then on top of that, I want to compute a field by using my compute expressions, which I have explained in previous session. What is this compute expression? If you see compute expressions, we'll create a new field based on the value from other field, like a formula field in Salesforce. Same way we are going to do it. So now what I want, if type is new business, I want to show as yes, otherwise I want to show as no, like say formula field. So what I do, I will go to use my compute expression. If you see here, this is this node, transformation node, nothing but is a compute expression. I simply click it. So now I'm going to do this compute expressions. Okay, what I'm going to do here. So same way, if you see here, I have did compute expressions. Same way I'm going to build it. So let's say node name I have given as compute expression. Okay, my opportunity compute. You can give any name, so you can do what you want. So where I want to filter it, or from which source I want to get data to this node, so that I will do some calculations. So my source is going to be my filter data. From opportunity I got 800 records, then I filtered to 500. Then after this filter, I want to have a formula field. So my source is going to be this filter. So simply I click on the source, I took filter my opportunity. Okay, then what is the compute field you want to create? Then I click on the plus this add field, which will give options to have a new field. Okay, simply I click on this to add a new field. So what is my field going to be here right now? Okay, so when I want to have this field, I want if my opportunity have type as new business, then I will do it as a yes, otherwise I'll do it as a no. So how we are going to do this? So for this, what we do? So now we will select what is my source. Then from source, I came to define a field. So simply, let's consider I'm going to give the field name as new business, for example. This is my field name going to be. So it's a text type field or what? Or are we going to use any SQL expression to evaluate it? So I'm going to use SQL statement. So like a case statement I'll use. So if type is new business, then yes, else no. Like as it is I have written here, correct? So how I'm going to convert it as a SQL expressions. So simply what I do, I'm using a case statement. What is the case? When starts with what? I'm taking the field as type. This is nothing but my type field, what I have. If this is new business, then what I want? Then I want the value to be yes. Else I want the value to be no. End. So my case statement end here. Okay. So this is my field. Okay. This is the new business field I have like this. Okay, so if you want to set depending on the text numeric or date type, if you want you can set the precision, you can set default value. I'm doing nothing, simply I want this will be completely evaluated based on the value I have an opportunity type field. If it's new business, then I want to set yes, else I want to set no, then click save. Okay, I'll get. So now you see my expression created. If you see this, so what is the output field coming now? I have account ID from opportunity. I have amount. I have ID name. Then a new field you see came new business. Is the computed field what we have created. Then owner ID, stage name and type. That much we did till now. Okay, now understood. Okay, now I have final opportunity what I want. Now I want to get from this opportunity who is the opportunity owner, their user information. So nothing but if I go here, I got my opportunity. This is my, for example, in Salesforce, this is my opportunity object. This is my user object. So in the opportunity, I have a field which I call owner field. Owner field. So in the owner field, what I have, I'll have only owner IDs. Now I want to get details of this owner. So then the details of the owner will be in the user object. So from the user object, I can map to user ID. Then if matching, then I can get name or email or phone, what I want I can get. So now I have created one SFDC digest node for user object, you can see here, and I have created one opportunity details what I want till this place. So now I want to connect these two nodes to get my data. So how I am going to connect it? So what kind of transformation node I have explained in previous session. If I see something like augment, which I say VLOOKUP. So I am nothing but going to do lookup between these two. I may have 500 users in my system. Let me show you the previous one what I have run, how much I get. When I run the user, I get 26 users here. Okay. So out of 26 users, all users may not be the owner of this opportunity. Okay, so now what I do, I want to take only the users. Let's for all these 706 opportunities, I may have only 10 owners. So all the 10 owners information I want to take from here. So I am going to do lookup between this filter opportunity, how many I have, and then their user informations. That kind of thing I want to do here. So now when I want to do this, what I will do, I'll simply go and do a augment. So as I said, augment nothing but which helps us to VLOOKUP between two nodes. Okay, so now how I'll do this augment. Simply I'll go to my augment. See, if you don't know which one what, you can just simply scroll here. You can see each name. Okay, so which is augment, what is filter, everything you can get it from here. Okay, if I come here, see this is the augment here. So I just simply click here. So what is this augment I want to build? I want to build a augment between my opportunity filter and my user. Okay, so that I'll find out the exact user information. So simply I gave the name as augment so that I can see and I can understand what kind of node it is. Okay, so what I'm going to do the augment, I'm going to do augment between my opportunity and my user. Okay, so now let's say I give the augment of my opportunity user. Okay, then left side is what? So let me explain you here. So in the left side, I'll have all opportunities. So now my opportunity finally came as a filter opportunity. Okay, filter and then compute expressions, everything happened. Let me show you. So now I'm going to connect between this node and this node. Now my left side going to be compute expressions and my right side going to be user information. Then what is the common link between them? The common link is going to be the owner ID with my user ID. Then I'll see what kind of field I want. So to do that, simply I'll go to do my augment. I gave my node name. What is my left source? My left source going to be my compute expressions. Simply I select my compute expressions as my left side. You can see here compute expression, my opportunity compute. Then what is the key? From there, I want to take the owner ID. If you see the opportunity owner ID, nothing but it's a user ID. So I took that. Okay, then what is the relationship you want to define here? Let's I define the relationship name as owner. Okay, to which source I want to connect? What is the right side? Right side nothing but my user. I select my SFDC digest my user node. Okay, so now in the right side, what is the key? How they are going to connect? If you see here, here I select owner ID. Here right side going to be the user ID. So user record ID. Simply I go and I select record ID, user ID. Then what kind of fields you want? I have all the fields I want to take on this ID, email, phone, name. Okay, do you want to look up a single value or multiple value? I want to look up a single value, select it. And if you see the output field on this node, I got few fields from the opportunity and few fields from the owner ID, owner mobile phone, owner name, and owner ID. I click create. Now you see this node what I have created augment node, it will have information about my opportunity and about my user informations. Okay, that's thing happened. Now if you see, I have one more object which I call account. So let me draw it here. There is one more object which called account. So every opportunity associate to a account. So here, what will be there? We'll have account ID. So I want to get account name account type, account industry, account rating. So that information I'll get only on the account object. So I have to go to account object. That means I have to build a linkage between these two. So in opportunity, I'll have account ID, and in account, I'll have the ID field. So that I have to do. So my left side, my right side, my key, and what field I want to get. Same way, I'm going to build one more augment. So let's give the name as augment my opportunity account. Okay, what is the left source? Left source going to be my, if you see, I already got this augment. I can take that for example. Let me show you from here how this is got built. See now. So I have my filter, then I compute expressions, then my augment between user and this. Then I did from this augmented opportunity plus user, then with that their account informations. Same way I'm going to do this one also. Now what is going to be there? My opportunity and user in that augment I have already opportunity informations. So I took that, and left key I took as account ID. Okay, and then I select relationship name as, let's consider account. My relationship name simply I gave as account. Now what is going to be my right source? My right source going to be from my account SFDC digest node. Okay, so if you see the right source I have selected, from the right side, what is the key? I can set simply as a account ID, as I explained here, how they're going to linkage. Okay, then what are the fields you want to take? I want to take all the fields. Simply I took all the fields. Okay, now if you see the output field, finally it's going to have account informations, my opportunity informations, and then my owner information also. Then and if you see there is a computed field, new business also. Now I click on create. So now when I come to this node, this transformation node, I got data from opportunity, I got from user, I got from account, I filter an opportunity, I computed the new fields, then I look up to that to bring into one node, then I look up that node with my account node and brought all opportunity, user and account in one augment node. Okay, so now I want this much thing to do. If you see based on my scenario, I want to build data flow to extract all opportunity with few fields and owned by which user and opportunity its account informations. Okay, now I have to register it. So till this time we build the node, but how data will come to my platform? So for that, if you remember, I have a transformation which is called register. Let me show you that. Establish register. To register or write all data transformed into a data set. So I want to do that. So if you see, there are many transformation nodes. If you go to here, it's nothing but establish register. I want to use that. So now, what is this establish register? So we can give a name of establish register. Okay. And if you want to have many more compute fields or many more filters, that you can do as you want. Okay. If you want to add multiple filter conditions for each node, that also you can do. Okay, finally when you complete all your scenarios to cover up with the transformation node, simply you can do your register, your SFDC register. So that means it's going to write the data to the data set. So let's say I will give the register name as you want, any name you can give. So I'm just giving the name as my let's start with the register my opportunity. Okay, what is the source? My source nothing but finally what node I have received here. The augment of my opportunity and account. So what alias I want to give. Okay, I'm just giving the same alias here. Name I give the same alias. So in a sharing source, I don't want to do anything in the sharing source. We'll see in the upcoming sessions how the sharing source works and what is the security predicate, it's yes or no, and it's nothing but give multiple objects will come. The source object based on this, what is the sharing model you want to work on this. And we see final output field. All these output fields you can see here. Simply I click on create. So this is just one small scenario where I created a data set. So once you're everything done, simply you can click on the update data flow. Okay, so nothing but I'm just saving my data flow here. Okay, once it's saved, then you can click on the run data flow. Once it's run, what is going to happen? You can view that in your monitor. You can view that in monitor. Okay, simply I click on the run data flow. If any error comes, we'll see what kind of error it is and how to fix it. Okay, if no error comes, then we will see in the monitor how many records we are going to filter and finally how many records going to come. If you click on the monitor, okay. So now you see, let me refresh it. There is going on. See, so this local. Let me refresh it once again. It takes a little bit time to get it. Once it's done, if you see something like this, so like open opportunity, what I have here. So now you see my SFDC digest account. This node, when you run, we got 1001 records came to this node. Then it run my opportunity. In opportunity to get 706 records, and I took all users. Yeah, I have 26 users. So then I run my filter opportunity. So out of 706, based on my filter conditions, I got 583 records. Then my expression I counted to create a new field, compute expressions, where 583 opportunity passed to that node, and I create new field of 583. Then opportunity I combined with user to get the owner informations. So 583 opportunity with their informations. In opportunity and their accounts, then I got 583 with 583. Then all data I get it here. You can see row in and row out. Then you see I optimize my dataset creation. Then simply I register my data to dataset. So if you see this way, completely you can get all the data in my dataset. So what more thing we can do? If I go to my Dataflow and recipe, let's first open opportunity. If I go here, I want to take a backup of this. So how I can do the backup from here? So to do the backup, what I do, as I explained before, simply you can click on this download JSON. There is store as JSON file here. Simply any data set you create, if you want to take a backup and restore of data flow, simply you can click on this. And if you open it up, let me open. It is completely in the JSON format. Okay, so if you want manually, you can change it. Let's see, after this I'll go and I'll make some more modifications, and sometimes it may break somewhere. So that moment what I can do, I can go to my backup JSON file and simply I can upload here. Or if you want manually also, you can modify that JSON file, and then you can simply go and change whatever you want. Let me see my notepad plus plus. See, now each node what I have for this is my completely JSON file. Every node have their conditions. If you want to see my compute expressions, what I have written as SQL expressions. If you want, you can change here also, and you can modify. Everything came as a JSON file. If you want, you can modify here, and if you want, again, you can go and upload it. Simply you can go and upload. Okay, let me, I'm not doing anything. If you want, simply you can go here, you click continue, and what JSON file you have. Okay, let me show you that. First open, see this is JSON file. I can select it also like this. You can select it, and I can upload the same thing here also. How you want, you can build that way. So to take the backup and restore, you can use these two options for us. Okay, and you can update this data flow, and you can save it off. Okay, this is the easiest way to create one data set. Okay, and using this data set builder with a different transformation nodes. There are many transformation nodes which will work one by one, and you will understand which one helps us and in what scenario you want to build it. The basic thing we use: digest, filter, compute expression, augment, and register. And apart from that, many things is there which you can use once you learn more scenarios. Thank you. Stay tuned for the next session where we'll discuss about the recipe, what is the recipe, and how we'll create a data set, create data set with recipe. Thank you.